Here are all the 99p Kindle deals for January 2026 that I think it's worth spending your money on. First up is Sunset by Jessie K. It's about a sister dynamic, which I always love. The story of two sisters who are completely inseparable until they go on holiday and tragedy strikes. It's a very readable book about love, grief, and reconciliation. And second up is another very readable book, this time from Beth O'Leary. It's called The No-Show. Basically about three women who are waiting for their dates to show up, but they never do. I think it's a nice little twist on your general romance book. And then next on my list is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. Obviously covers a very heavy topic, but again, I think it's very readable and also very human. And the last fiction book that I already have and would like to recommend is Wedding People by Alison Espach. It's about a woman who turns up at a hotel in Cornwall and discovers that everybody else staying at the hotel is the guest at a wedding. I feel like she's going to be causing some problems. Then for non-fiction books I've already read and that are on the 99p list that I really like. First one is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. At the age of 36, the author of the book was about to complete his neurosurgeon training and he was sadly diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer. He talks a lot about what he thinks makes a meaningful life and grappling with his mortality. I just think it's the type of book that we would all benefit from reading. At some point we're all going to have, health complications, or we're all going to have family and friends that do. And I think since reading the book, I've been a lot better at dealing with things like that. And I'm sorry, I just really love a doom and gloom book because the next book that I love is Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates. I read this in my era where I was reading a lot of feminist books, but this is one of the ones that really stuck with me. It was really well researched. It was harrowing. Like, some of the stories that she told in here were absolutely horrific. Basically about how we don't talk enough about how there is a surprisingly large community of extremists who do hate women and they just live to inflict harm and violence and hatred on them. She also interviewed former members of those groups, how they got there, why they stayed, why the community was so important to them, and how they eventually got out, because I feel like if we are going to improve things, we have to understand how we got here in the first place. So, and then let's move on to the books that I don't own but that I'm thinking about buying this month on the 99p sale. First up is Saltwater by Jessica Andrews. Obviously, since I haven't read this one, I don't know as much about it, so here's the description. When Lucy wins a place at university, she thinks London will unlock her future. It is a city alive with pop-up bars, cool girls, and neon lights illuminating the Thames at night. At least this is what Lucy expects, having grown up seemingly a world away in working-class Sunderland amid legendary family stories of Irish immigrants and boarding houses, now defunct ice rinks, and an engagement ring at a fish market. I'm actually from Gateshead, and I lived in Sunderland for a while, so I do also kind of want to move to London. So my second choice that I might buy is The Herd by Emily Edwards. This one seems to be about two best friends who disagree on a very important issue. It says Elizabeth and Bryony are polar opposites, but their unexpected friendship has always worked. Did they know that they differ radically over one very important issue, and when Bryony, afraid of being judged, tells what is supposed to be a harmless white lie before a child's birthday party, the consequences are more catastrophic than either of them could have ever imagined. Last book I'm thinking about buying in the 99 Kindle deal is Freedom is a Constant Struggle, Fergus, Palestine and the Foundations of a Movement by Angela Davis. In these newly collected essays, interviews and speeches, world-renowned activist and scholar Angela Y. Davis illuminates connections between struggles against state violence and oppression throughout history and around the world. So yeah, those are all the books on the 99p Kindle deal this month that either I have already read, loved and recommend, or that I have my eye on and that I'm thinking about buying. Okay, love you. Bye.